Hi, this is Caroline from Silk and Sheet, and I am so excited to show you an unboxing video of my Tula Bernina 770 Special Edition. I have been waiting for this machine for almost 6 weeks. Let me tell you the story. I decided that I wanted this machine. It was an emotional decision that I made right after my dad died. And for some reason, I just thought that a new sewing machine, this new sewing machine would make everything all better. Now, of course, the sewing machine is not going to make everything all better. At the time, I tried to find this sewing machine in every single Bernina shop I could call, all over the whole state of Florida, and even in places outside of the state that I thought I could drive to. I called and tried to order this machine. So when I realized I wasn't going to get this machine, I was still grief-stricken, and I turned to eBay. And I found this machine brand new from a Bernina dealership in Germany. But it turns out that this German Bernina company is legit. I got my machine. I'm so happy it finally came today. So I'm going to show it to you. And I'll put the name of the shop in the spot below in case you want to check them out on eBay. So let's see. All right, foam, a little bit of Metler thread, which I guess is suggested to use with the Bernina. And first we have here the table. I once owned an older Bernina, so I know what this is. This is the table that slides onto the machine like this, used for quilting or whenever you want a big surface. And we've got some stuff, more foam. Here is the knee lift. I absolutely love using a knee lift, so I can use both hands to put my fabric under the foot. And what is this? More foam. Here's a little Bernina box. Let's see here. Okay, so this box has the Tula pink embroidery designs on an OESD embroidery memory card. And it looks like some other accessories like extra bobbins, some feet. So this is extra bobbins. It feels like my oil pen here leaked. This is definitely greasy. And these things are a little bit greasy. Here is the foot 97D, comes with the machine. Here's my stylus. Good thing it's wrapped in plastic because it's a little greasy. I'm going to have to get some paper towels to go on. Here is another needle plate. This looks like a straight stitch needle plate, which I'd put on when I'm quilt piecing or doing other work that's only straight stitching. And some other feet. They're a little bit oily. We've got the 1D, the 20C, which looks like a great open toe foot, and the 4D, and the 4D looks like a zipper foot. I know from my research of Bernina machines that all of the D feet are used with the dual feed mechanism. So this is like a walking foot or dual feed. So all of these things are a little bit greasy. I'm going to get some paper towels. All right, I got a paper towel. I'm going to wipe all these things off before I put them away. I'm not worried about these items, but they are a little bit greasy because my oil pen here leaked in the long trip from Germany. So let's see here what else I got. Here is my power cord. Here is the legendary Bernina accessory box. Here we go, the Barbie box. So here's a place for me to put away all of my feet and accessories. Here is the handy little tool for changing needles. So I'm excited. My older Bernina that I had a 1530. It didn't have this. So I'm really excited. And more stuff in here, which did not get greasy, luckily. We've got some school caps of different sizes, which is great for different size thread. We also have these little foam pads that go underneath your thread that keep the spool stable while it's turning. I also see a seam guide, a little screwdriver, some needles, a little brush, just the basic accessories that come with most machines. I'm not surprised to see these in here at all. Although I really don't like this type of basic seam ripper. I'm hoping to see a much more beautiful seam ripper as I dig down deeper in the box. So let's see how that goes. I'll just close this up for now. All right, this is the Bernina Stitch Regulator, which is a special system. It's a foot that is a special system that will help me to have very consistent stitches when I do free motion quilting on this sewing machine. I have used this once before in a class and it was pretty awesome. So I'm really excited to finally have a machine that does this. Just like I said, I've only used this one time before when I was at a Quilt Guild meeting and I took a class where we got to play with Bernina sewing machines. So this will be really fun to play with. And I've got some quilt tops ready to go. So let's keep digging. I bet this is the manual, and if it is as I suspect, it might not be in English. Yep, German. Here is a DVD in German, some editing software. We'll see how this works, the Bernina Toolbox editing software. And here is a comment card in German. Wow, here's my manual with the special Tula pink, beautiful polka dot sewing machine on the front. And it is in German. But to the credit of this wonderful Bernina dealer that sent me this machine, they also sent me separately an English manual for this sewing machine, and it came already about a week ago, and I've been reading it. So I do have a beautiful German version. So we've got more foam here. I think we're getting down to something good. Box. I see the machine. More foam. Seriously. Holy cow. Sorry, Indy. Whoa. But I do see the machine. It's coming. Now I'm pretty sure, because of my other Bernina, I'm pretty sure I'm safe here to grab it by this handle on top and just pull it out and put it right here on my sewing counter. So that's what I'm going to do. Whoa, it's heavy. And there we go. Shall we unwrap it? My early Christmas present? Oh my goodness. I am not disappointed. It is so beautiful. You know, I couldn't even see it in the dealership because they didn't have it. I did see this machine at Quilt Market, but now it's mine. So I know that we have some plastic here on this little rainbow chrome finish. This rainbow chrome finish is what is already on Tula Pink scissors and tools, which I'm hoping to find more in here. And I'm so excited to see that rainbow pink finish on this sewing machine. So I will wait to plug it in before I remove. This is just a little piece of plastic that holds the foot in place for travel. So I'll wait to plug it in until I take this off. So this must have fallen out at some point. Here I see I have a little 34A buttonhole foot. So so that's good to have. And I know what this is. This is the special Tula Pink edition of the sewing machine cover that comes only with one of the special edition Tula Pink Berninas. Of course, I could make my own special edition cover using Tula Pink fabric. And I'm sorry, Bernina, but it might turn out more beautiful than this. But until I get that finished, I do have this beautiful cover. It's the handle. Has spaces for stuff, all of our stuff, right? So I have way too much stuff to fit in there, but there we go. And you won't be disappointed to see here are the special Tula Pink tools, which were part of the swag that comes with this machine. I do already have a few of these pieces because I am a Tula Pink fan. I already have the big shears and the seam ripper and this rotary cutter, which by the way is so sharp you wouldn't believe it. So now I'm excited that I have the whole collection, and maybe I will just wrap this up for myself and put it under the tree, and it will be my favorite present under the Christmas tree. We'll see. Because I certainly can't start using them immediately. I have to save them for a while. So there's that. And there is one thing left here in the box. And it's my foot pedal. So now I'm just going to stop for a minute and I'm going to plug this all in, and then I'll let you see me work it for just a second. And then I do have one more box. It is the embroidery unit and the embroidery hoops, which I'll show you, but I'm not sure if I'll set up because that's like an entirely different game. There is the embroidery hoops. But I'm sure you want to see which hoops come with this machine so you can plan in your mind what size embroideries you can make. So give me just a minute, I'll hook it up and I'll be right back. Let's see. I wonder if the default language is going to be English or German. Oh good, I get to pick the default language. All right, so I have it all set up. It looks beautiful. I was able to pick English as my default language immediately, so there was no confusion about what language it's going to talk to me in. And everything looks wonderful. All I need to do is throw some thread on here and get sewing. Okay, so now I'm unboxing the embroidery unit that comes with this machine. I believe it is just a standard embroidery unit. So I'll show you the size of the hoops that come with it. It looks like here I got some more embroidery thread. Looks like I got the cord that connects this sewing machine to your computer to directly move designs from your computer to the embroidery machine. This is what they call the large hoop. It's kind of about 5 by 7 or maybe 5 by 8, and that's what they call the large hoop. There are bigger hoops that will work with this sewing machine, just so you know, because I wouldn't really call this a large hoop. And here I have, oh, this is a little sample kit of embroidery stabilizers, some grids that go with these hoops to help me center the designs. I personally don't use the grids very much in my embroidery. I am happy to have some little pieces of stabilizer. They're not very big, but I'm sure I'll use them. This, I think, is what they call the medium hoop. It's kind of like 4 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 5. Medium hoop. Woohoo! And the tiny baby hoop. And this size is kind of handy because having it be so small, it can get into some small tricky places. So I actually have used my tiny hoop like this before, and it's nice you don't have, if you have fabric that's already cut and you need to hoop a very small piece of fabric, it's actually handy to have a small hoop. So, and here are more needles and some little things. I imagine these are little tools that have to do with embroidery, and I'm not familiar with them, but I'm sure. Oh, here's my foot. Here's the special embroidery foot. Good to have. I don't want to lose this. I'm going to put this in my little Barbie box tonight when I'm organizing. So some more needles and other little things. All right, and here is the big deal. Here is the embroidery unit. Wow, it's heavy. I am surprised at how heavy this is. Now I have not put this on, but just from seeing how this goes on at the Bernina shops that I've visited, I have seen this installed before. So the way I imagine it is I will take off this table right here, which there's a little latch. I'll slide it off. Actually, I think I pushed the button. Slide it off. There we go. And then, I don't want to do this wrong. The machine might have to be off to do this. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to actually do it. But I saw it done at the shop, and it didn't look hard at all. There's some foam here. Move the foam. And this slides in. So it slides in. We have the embroidery unit. I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to get started on all of my new Tula Pink designs. One thing that I was excited about this machine, now I don't use the decorative stitches on my sewing machines a lot. I know it's so exciting to buy a machine with 500 decorative stitches, but then you just end up doing quilting, right? Straight stitching. You might use them if you're doing a crazy quilt and you're doing all those little slow hand stitching on your crazy quilt. But on this machine, I believe we have some Tula Pink designs that are just Tula Pink. But I'm not sure. Oh, here they are, a little folder that says Tula Pink. So these stitches here, they're not machine embroidery. They're just embroidery stitches, like for regular sewing, that are designed by Tula Pink. Like, for example, here's the little tuna can that you see from her Tabby Road fabric, if you remember that. And here's the little rabbit from the Slow and Steady fabric line. So here's the banana, which is from the Monkey Wrench fabric line. If you are a Tula Pink nut like I am, you will look at these designs and you will know which one they all go to. And I mean, I know that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that I even know what they are, but thank you, Tula, for the stitches. So I'm really excited to get started with these and to put them on my quilts and things that I sell, my tote bags. Anyway, I will keep you up to date on how this machine works out for me, on how it works for my quilting and my tote bags. I'm really excited to try a new machine, and I'm really excited for the polka dots and the rainbow chrome effect. I love it so much. Anyway, I'm so excited, and of course, I don't want anyone to be under the misunderstanding that I believe that a new sewing machine will cure my grief after the death of my father. Of course, it will not. This was just an emotional purchase. Like, sometimes we make emotional purchases, but I don't regret it. I'm very excited to have this machine, and I'll let you know how things go. And thanks so much for watching my unboxing video. If you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, I hope you do, because I love to share sewing tips and tutorials and inspiration and just what's going on here in my studio. So have a great night. I'll talk to you later. There we go. Guess I'm not returning it now.